Carla, graduation season na nga. At syempre, after ng graduation, job hunting na yung kakaharapin ng ating mga kabataan. At sa panahon ito, dumadami rin yung numero ng unemployment o underemployment.
That's right. Alam mo, Josana, napakadami talagang trabaho na pwedeng pagpilian. Pero how are you going to fit in nga naman sa
Totoo.
gusto mong pasukan na oportunidad? Mas lalo na ngayon, very competitive na talaga,
Competitive
di
na
ba?
talaga. Yes. Kaya naman ngayong umaga ay para pag-usapan yan, makakapanayam natin si Mr. Pat Soyaw. Siya po ang Managing Director of Icon Executive Search.
Good morning,
Good morning,
and welcome
Sir
to
Pat.
Bagong
Welcome to Bagong
Pilipinas.
Pilipinas.
Magandang umaga po.
Sit down.
Take your seat. Okay, kanina nga, kanina nga nabanggit na namin ni Josana na sa panahon ngayon, napakadaming trabaho na pwedeng
Yes.
pagpilian. But you know, it's very competitive na ngayon. Ano nga ba yung difference ng job hunting before sa ngayon, sa
Sa
panahon
job
ngayon?
hunting ngayon.
Okay. So in terms ng difference, no? Malaki. Sobrang laki na kasi mabilis yung job market. I think the best way for me to explain this is through an example. Let's say,
Yes.
for example, if you're going to do the tech industry, and normally itong mga tech industry na to, mabibilis sila. So what do I mean by mabibilis? So, for example, if you know one particular skill after 6 months or 1 year, hindi na siya relevant.
Yes.
So especially for fresh graduates, you studied something, basically the fundamentals, but what you need to understand is that you need to improve that with continuous learning. And in fact, may mga tao na because of continuous learning, they become more competitive. What you know 6 months ago, what you know a year ago, is no longer applicable now, so you become obsolete.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very, very competitive. And the only way for you to keep up is to always learn, to always
Yeah.
study, to learn a new
Yeah.
skill.
So having said that, Sir Pat, ano po ba yung mga dapat paghandaan ng mga job hunters?
Paghandaan in terms of marami. So the first thing that you need to do when you're gonna apply for a job is, number one, is research.
Yes.
Research about the company that you're applying for, because if you don't know these companies, wala kang talking points.
Yes.
You need to understand ano ba yung produkto nila, ano ba yung mga serbisyo nila, and even the people that works there, because yun yung magiging talking points natin. And another thing is, when you're gonna send an application letter to an employer, make sure to tailor fit it.
Yes.
When I say tailor fit, wag ka lang basta-basta mag-send ng email na halatang send to all. Because normally maraming
Yes.
ganun eh. Yan yung mga
General.
very general, and lalagpas lang yan sa mata ng recruiter.
Yeah.
So you have to be very specific, and if you're gonna put something, a skill, kunyari sa email, gawin mo is i-bold mo na lang. So automatic yun agad makikita ng recruiter na may skill ka na yan.
You know, if you're a fresh graduate or first time mo mag-a-apply sa trabaho, you always need guidance. Kayo
Very
po, Sir Pat, how can you help these fresh graduates in applying for their job?
I've done this several times with other fresh graduates. One way of helping that me personally I've done is I do mock interviews. When I do mock interviews is I sit down with a fresh graduate. I actually did this with my sister before she started her first job. And we did a mock interview, and I asked her several questions that would be probably asked during the interview. So eventually, we've done a couple, mga 2 to 3 times namin ginawa siya. And when the actual interview came, ready na siya.
Yeah.
Because I always say that don't let your actual be your practice. Ang nangyayari kasi dyan is, yung practice mo sa pag-apply is yung actual interview mo. So ang nangyayari dyan is, the more the better, more chances of winning. And so you practice, especially the communication skills. Because you may have the skills, but if you can't deliver it, you're not gonna get the opportunity.
So from the perspective of the employer, sir, you mentioned earlier na merong hotspots kayong tinitignan
Oh,
sa
yeah.
CV or sa resume ng mga job hunters. Can you share that with us?
Yung hotspots na yon, it's actually done by, it's an actual study done in another company.
Yes.
Ito yung mga hotspots na tinitignan ng mga recruiter. So the first thing that we look at is the work experience. Kasama na dyan yung tenure mo, kung how long ka sa isang kumpanya. At the same time is yung education natin, ano ba yung course na tinake natin. And the last hotspot normally is yung mga trainings and seminars. It may seem that how come we never look at the name or even the career objective, because we have to understand kasi maraming resumes ang dumadaan sa recruiter. So we need to be efficient, so we look at these things right away.
Yeah.
Work experience, check. Education, check. Diba? Trainings and seminar, check. So pasok ka.
Okay.
Is
So
it
even
important?
seminar, no?
Even yung seminars pala.
Yeah.
oo.
Kasi sabi, well, kami dati, nung mag-a-apply pa lang kami, parang wag niyo nang lagay yung seminar kasi hindi
That's
naman
right.
tinitignan
Oo.
yan. Pero apparently, tinitignan pala siya.
It's
Because
important
I'm gonna
na.
link it, I'm gonna connect it
Yeah.
to what I said earlier. Diba sabi ko, continuous education is very
Yes.
important. So if there's nothing there sa trainings and seminars, so that means that you never did anything in your career
Yeah.
to improve your craft or to learn something new. So
Okay.
that's very important. Sabi, okay, so inaral mo rin pala to. So sometimes I would ask, why'd you learn this? Because they're gonna say na parang, I need to learn something new.
Right.
Because input-output lang yan eh. So if you don't put input, your output's gonna be the same for how long?
O how about yung iba naman na gustong magpa-impress ng kanilang resume? Minsan, makapal yung
Yes.
kanilang resume na ipinapasa. Siguro, ano ba siguro yung standard na resume? How many pages? Yung kailangan nilang ipasa?
Siguro, the most important is, especially for fresh grads, is
Yeah.
1 page lang. There's not a
One
lot
page lang
to put when you're a fresh grad. So, you put there your education, definitely. In terms of experience, I don't input the things that you've done in school,
Yeah.
the extracurricular. Those are very important because those will be the talking points. And those will be the things that will make us judge your
Yeah.
skills, your experience. So parang, okay, so okay naman pala yung critical thinking ng fresh grad. Okay naman pala yung comprehension ng fresh grad. So we need those things para
Right.
meron tayong, kumbaga, anchor.
Naku,
And panghuli na lang, kasi
Oo.
I heard na si Sir, meron siyang advocacy na ginagawa.
Yes.
Can you
Okay.
tell us more about this?
One of my advocacies kasi is going to schools.
Yes.
I bring the best practices in corporate. Itong mga best practices na to, I don't just bring this in schools in Metro Manila, but I also bring it in the provinces. Because some of them, ang pangarap nila, magtrabaho sa Manila.
Yes.
And doesn't mean, and sometimes I would tell them, the opportunities are not just in Manila. There are also opportunities, it's everywhere. So, kunyari sa Iloilo, ito na yung mga rising cities
Yes.
So, you don't need to leave. You don't need to leave your family.
Yeah.
You can just stay here because an opportunity is also here.
Yeah.
So
Always
that's
present.
my advocacy, is bringing the best practices to the schools in the provinces, and
Yeah.
not just in the provinces but in academe, to give them a glance or a glimpse of how the workplace or corporate is.
Yes.
Thank you so much po sa lahat ng tips
Very
na itinuro mo sa amin ngayong umaga dito sa Bagong Pilipinas. Muli nakapanayam natin si Mr. Pat Soyao, Managing Director of Icon Executive Search.
Thank you so much, Sir Pat.
Thank you.